Who'd be a referee? Well, according to recent figures, less and less are choosing to take up the whistle. In England, there's a shortage of match officials in football, in part caused by a lack of refereeing courses during the pandemic, but also because of the number of referees choosing to put down their cards each year. It's not unusual for referees to decide not to re-register at the end of the season, with the FA themselves claiming that 7,000 referees decide to leave the sport each year. But estimates are now suggesting that the number of registered match officials in the UK has fallen from 33,000 to 23,000 in just 5 years, a decrease of almost a third. And while referees are choosing to walk away from the sport for a number of reasons, many cite the level of abuse they face on the pitch as to why they are hanging up the whistle.
Essentially, it's a job. As a referee, it's a job, and you've got to think about it. Would you want to walk into your workplace and someone treat you the way you treat a referee? And I can tell you 9 times out of 10, the answer is going to be no.
Isaac was just 17 when he was threatened while refereeing a children's football game by a coach. It was something that he had to take to the police and led him to leaving the game.
Managers started kicking off between each other over me giving the player a yellow card. So I've walked up to both sets of managers, and then that's when the manager said that was a red card, and if you're not going to send him off, I'm going to come onto the pitch and punch you in the face. So I showed him the red, and he's walking off, and as he's walking off, he's gone, I can't wait to see you in this car park after this game. It's just not right for him to say it to a 17-year-old kid. At the end of the day, I'm 17. I'm a year older than these kids playing football.
It's not just Isaac whose negative experiences have led him to leave refereeing. It's something that Colin has seen countless times through his work with the Derby and South Derbyshire Referees Association, and even something he's seen with his own son.
It's really frustrating, and I would often go around and I'd, especially
you would speak to them though.
If it was a manager
I
or
used
a
to see
spectator or whatever, I would go around and be confronting them in the
You'd
right way.
You'd be like my
to say,
third official, really, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, if a player makes a mistake, you wouldn't expect the referee to shout obscenities or abuse at the player for making a mistake on the pitch. So why should you be doing that with a referee? But my wife took another son Archie to a game once. Literally, he come off, and all of a sudden when he saw his mum, burst into tears. This is her 15, 16-year-old referee or whatever, getting absolutely harassed, not only by the players but also by adults that was acting as his assistant referee, the club assistant.
The FA has recently announced that those found guilty of assaulting a referee will receive a minimum 5-year ban, as well as a minimum 56-day ban for those found guilty of being abusive or threatening to referees. Isaac says that his local FA and league were supportive and helped him through his experience. However, it was not enough for him to continue with refereeing.
If it was done in the street randomly, something had been done about it straight away. But because it's on a football pitch, that happens on a football pitch. It's like, well, it shouldn't. That's what we're trying to stop. But it should not happen on a football pitch at all.
With stories like these commonplace in the sport, it raises the question: is football really such a beautiful game?